In this video, we will know about the five substances and their functions. The five main categories of the basic substance of the TCM are Qi, which is called as energy in English, Shu, which is known as blood in English, Jing, which is known as essence, Shen, which is known as spirit, Jinye, which is known as body fluids. The Chinese words are used in this video since the English words give rise to many misconceptions. For example, the term chi is used in preference to energy since the latter implies energy as opposed to matter. In TCM, energy matter is a continuum, chi having both energetic and material attributes. Similarly, Shen is used in preference to spirit since the latter implies spirit as opposed to body or spiritual as opposed to material. And in the context of TCM, Shen may have material aspects. Western words can be most misleading when applied to Chinese concepts, since the Western words do not give the sense of the Chinese ideas but carry with them their Western meanings. For example, Shu is used rather than blood since the latter implies the blood of Western medicine, with its precise parameters of biochemistry and histology. Although Shu and blood share some common attributes, fundamentally, Shu is a different concept. The basic emphasis in Western medicine is on structure. Example, the detailed structure of the blood vessels and the detailed composition of the blood that passes through them. TCM is little concerned with the structure, with the histology of Jinglo or channels or the chemical composition of Qi. Its concern is with their functions and with the relationships between them. Most of all, TCM is concerned with pathology. In a Chinese text, there is almost no discussion of structure. There is a certain amount of physiology, but the bulk of the ancient text is usually on the patterns of disease and their treatment. The interwoven complexity of the functional interrelationships of the substances means that it is difficult to separate one from another with precise definitions. Indeed, TCM is not concerned with such precision. The meaning of words is ambiguous and situational. The foundation of an understanding of the substances is an understanding of yin and yang. Firstly, yin yang is relative. Example, Jing is yin relative to Qi, but yang relative to Shu. Secondly, all phenomena, whether relatively yin or yang, have both a yin and yang aspect. For example, although Qi is relatively yang, energetic and immaterial, it can have aspects of yang or yin, depending on the situation. Only Qi and Jinye or body fluids have named yin and yang subdivisions. Those of Jing being associated with the yin and yang, fire and water aspects of Shen or kidney. Though Shu is relatively yin and Shen is relatively yang, they have both yin and yang aspect, but the division is less prominent than with Qi, Jinye and Jing. Thirdly, yin and yang are dependent upon each other. Yin nourishes yang and yang protects yin. For example, Qi moves Shu or blood and blood nourishes Qi. Now let's understand how substances are formed. Consideration of the formation of the basic substances involves an understanding of Zhang physiology and interrelationships. Gu Qi or food Qi, derived from food and drink by the action of stomach and spleen, combines in the chest with the air from lungs to form Zong and Zheng Qi under the influence of heart and lungs. Zong Qi, the Qi of the chest, is closely related to the functions of heart and lungs and their movement of blood and Qi, respectively, around the body. Wei Qi and Ying Qi are the two aspects of Zheng Qi, true Qi. Wei circulates mainly in the skin and muscles, and the Ying circulates mainly in Jinglo or channels and Shu Mai. The nature and functions of Ying Qi and of Shu or blood are so close that in some texts and in some situations the two terms are synonymous. Now let's understand the formation of Shu or blood. Gu Qi or food Qi derived from food and drink is transformed to Shu in the chest by the action of heart and lungs. Also, the yin aspect of Jing is stored in Shen or kidney, gives rise to bone marrow, which in turn produces Shu or blood. Further, the yang aspect of Jing or Yuan Qi activates the transformations performed by both heart and lungs in the upper warmer and stomach and spleen in the middle warmer. Now comes the Jinye or body fluids. Food and drink is transformed by stomach and spleen into the various denser and lighter fractions of Jinye or body fluids. Jin, the purer, lighter, more yang and dynamic fraction, goes via lungs to warm, moisten and nourish the skin and muscles. It has a function and distribution similar to Wei Qi. Ye is less pure, denser, more yin and more substantial and has a distribution similar to Yingqi and goes to moisten and nourish the Zhangfu, bones, brain and orifices. Jinye or body fluids circulate through the body inside and outside Jinglo and Shumai, provides moisture and nourishment to tissues and Zhangfu. The denser fraction of body fluid goes via small intestine to urinary bladder and large intestine, where after some reabsorption, the relatively more fluid and relatively more solid fractions are passed from the body as urine and feces respectively. The terms fluids or body fluids often used as translation for Jinye represent a fundamental different concept from the body fluids of Western physiology. Ye may refer to any type of fluid, but Jinye refers specifically to fluid secreted by living cells. Although the two terms may be used interchangeably, Jinye includes the secretion of the body such as tears, sweat, saliva, milk, nasal, gastric and genital secretions, and so on. However, the fluid waste, urine, is an excretion and is considered to be Ye, not Jinye. In certain contexts, for example, when loosely referring to the fluid component of the body, the terms Jinye and water may be used interchangeably. However, Jinye refers more to the specific secretions of the body, whereas water is a more general and inclusive term referring to all the fluids in the body, whether pure or impure. The term water also has the meaning of the principle of water as opposed to the principle of fire. Now comes the Jing or essence. Terminology has been simplified here. Jing is used as a general term for a group of overlapping concepts. Prenatal Jing is derived from the Jing of the parents. Postnatal Jing is formed from the purified fraction of the transformation products of food and drinks. The yang aspect of Jing or essence, approximately corresponding to the yang aspect of kidney qi or to yuan qi, is responsible for the yang functions of warming, activating, transforming and moving, as in the transformations involved in the formation of qi, blood and body fluids, or those involved in growth, development and reproduction. Yuan qi is a term sometimes used more or less synonymously with the yang aspect of kidney jing, kidney yang qi or the fire of Mingmen. The yin aspect of Jing or essence provides a material base for the dynamic activities of the yang aspect. Indeed, the two aspects are complementary and inseparable. The yin aspect provides the substratum for the formation of the materials associated with Jing, such as marrow, blood, etc. Last one is Shen or spirit. Prenatal Shen or spirit is derived from the parents, and the postnatal Shen or spirit is derived from or is the manifestation of the interaction of Jing and Qi. Heart blood and heart yin provides a residence for Shen or spirit. Since in TCM consciousness resides not so much in the brain as in heart. Spirit vitalizes the body and consciousness and provides the driving force behind the personality. Together, Jing, Qi and spirit form the Sun Bao or the three treasures. This conception of Shen or spirit implies a material aspect of spirit, foreign to the Western idea of spirit. In TCM, spirit is an integral part of the body, not an entity separate from it. To know about Chinese organ system imbalances and their homeopathic remedies, please read my book Beyond the Organs, available on Amazon Kindle in ebook form. To know the mental, physical and spiritual aspect of acupuncture points, please read my book Beyond the Meridians. It is available on Amazon in both ebook and paper book form.